not compare another person's path or journey or process to ours. And then some people try to undermine some other person's process. And they say that, oh, I was born very poor, deep poverty, and God helped me. I worked my way from rags to riches. And then the people that were born with silver spoon in their mouth, the people that were born millionaires or even billionaires, before they were born, they were already millionaires. You know, there are people like that. And then some people want to undermine and say, oh, your daddy, you inherited $10 million. You inherited $100 million before you even knew anything. Wait, do you know that there are people who inherit such money and they are still very useless and they are not making any impact in the world? So even if you inherit so much money, you still have to be responsible, you have to be disciplined, you have to be level-headed before we will see the money and be able to say that you will stand out. Because some people, they will just vandalize everything. Some people, it is drug and alcohol. With all that money they have in their account, they are just a terrible wreck that they are not making any impact in the world. Now, somebody comes out and they are making an impact in the world, and you want to start to undermine, they inherited all the money from their parents. So, if you had inherited it, would you even be able to sustain it up to or even multiply it? So, that is why we must never undermine anybody else's process or costs, and we must not also elevate anybody's own above ours and say that, God, this is what you should do. And whatever process God wants to take you through, don't compare it to another person's own. Don't say because that person gets pregnant by a wink, you too, you must get pregnant by a wink. Your husband will wink from morning till night. You will not be pregnant, because that is not the process for you. The process that God wants to use for each and every one of us is different. Just listen to God and obey Him, because that process you are going through that may look so rigorous and so much more difficult than the other person's process, there's something that God is working in you. He goes beyond you. It's because He also wants you to make an impact to some other lives.